Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices, and starting with the stock 50 here, and this is pretty much the basic pattern that we're looking at with most of the European markets. And in this case here, what I wanted to point out is that in a trend channel, when we're using Elliott, it's normally that if we've got, this is intermediate wave 2 here, then intermediate wave 4 over here, the trend channel is normally broken by wave 4. So if we were looking at this move through here, then this wave 4 is being broken by this wave 2 trend channel coming out here. And this is what we kind of expect here as well, with this wave 4 based on this wave 2 here. Also with these as well, this is pretty much a standard sort of count that we've got with these. Now, from the top here, we have 5 waves down, so we're looking for some sort of corrective pattern that's been drawn out a little bit while the US markets are still rallying. So we're looking for this to play out here before moving down. Because we've got 5 waves here, after a corrective move, we'll have another 5 waves down. So this is pretty much what we're looking for here, and it is possible that this can be wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, but we're thinking that's not the case because we've got a triangle pattern within wave B here, and that doesn't occur within wave 2. So we are moving into a complex wave 4 correction. So there's going to be more complications to come as well because of seeing this complicated correction in wave B here. So it means that this wave 4 could even turn into a triangle pattern as an A and a B and a C and a D and an E wave here, and then a move up. So we are moving into a complex correction, but we'll do our best to navigate through that. So moving over to the DAX here on the daily chart, it's the same thing as well here. From the top of wave 3 here, we have 5 waves down here, and we're going into, this has been quite a complex correction in here. It's just about finished now. It'll just be it'll just trap a few long traders into here before moving back down here as such here. So on the hourly chart here, we're looking at it like this here. We can look at the tick chart in a minute. So we're looking from this low here, we're looking at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then wave 5 up. So probably just nudge up against above the 13,300 here. And this is a really good number for us too in regards to the trading levels, because we know that if we get a tested support on here, that means that we move up to the next ratio, which is 5 here, from 3 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, so on. So and in that case here, we know that we would get the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then then a process like this, and then we would go long from this point here. So that's what we would do if we were wrong with this particular count here. But we're not there yet. What we can do at the moment, we know we've got little 5 waves up here. If I just move into the tick chart here and look at this, I might have to bring on more ticks here. Let me just bring this here. So in this case here, we're looking at all of this as wave 1 and 2 here, the third wave here, looking at this as an A and a B and a C for the fourth wave here, which is rather simple. We've got wave 2 as being simple here, so this may get a bit more complex here. I'm not quite sure. One thing that we can do here is look at the 38.2% retracement level, which comes in on this low here. So I've put wave 4 here low, but I don't know if it's going to get more complex within in this space here before we see that move up into another high here. So just be mindful of that. If you're looking for a long trade here, then again the 13,200 as a tested support would be a catalyst for the upside. This is also much the same for the AEX as well here. So just on the daily chart, you can see that we've got the same pattern here. I have been looking for short trades here, as you know, but we're going to be pushing higher into the 55 here, and maybe a tad higher as well into the 553 or something. But yeah, we still can't ignore that we have 5 waves moving down through here. So after a corrective pattern, which has been a little bit complicated and messy, but we still need to look to short here. So yes, it can move higher, but at the same time, we're still looking for the market to roll over at this point. So with the DAX as well, we've got 1 and 2, and I've looked in here. It looks like we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it'll pop up here to 5 for this third wave, then a fourth wave, then a fifth wave coming in through here. But here goes the same as well, in that, you know, we'll have the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then, you know, if we get support back on here again, well, then we can look to, you know, to move to the upside here, but we'll be looking for a trend to the downside. So yeah, a little bit sophisticated here, but also simple as well. The long trade will be simple, and once we've got our reference point low here, we can look for the short trade here. And the FTSE's same but different. So with the FTSE here, we're still looking for a little bit more upside after this strong move here. So there's a couple of different ways to counter all of this, but what I would like to do is just stay with the main move with the European markets, in that we're looking for 1 and 2. This is all of the third wave coming into this space here, a fourth wave and a fifth wave coming into play. So let's just allow this to top out here and see how this pulls in line with also the US markets as well. It's probably a good idea to watch today's US video as well, because that's going to be part of the picture as well, if not a driving factor. And we're also taking US banks into that, and also the franc stocks as well. The francs and the francs, which are the big ones on the Nasdaq, are pretty much in line with the US banks. Actually, they've got the same sort of picture there occurring as well. So we're going to be looking for short trades there as well, but we're mindful that we would be having those short trade setups against the short-term intraday trends to the upside, so they'll need to be triggered at the right point. So yeah, we'll keep, we're just sort of edging forward. We're using tactics here to get positions in, but we also know that we need a few things to play out as well, such as this structure here. All right, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.